really the thing that I love about that whole space is just the opportunity to go in there and completely update it in a market that airport market is really underserved. In fact, it has some vacancy in it. It's about 4%, 4.7% vacancy in the southeast of Boise market as far as office rents. But that area has some of the highest vacancies because nobody is putting any money into their buildings. They're letting them go. They're not letting them go, but they're re-renting them with whatever TI is already there, whatever's existing. That's just what they're going to be, and you're not going to get any more, and that's just what it is. And when I began to talk with the agent about what this building needs, we were like finishing each other's sentences about what the building needs. Well, it needs, it needs to be updated, and it needs to give people the ability to come in and design their own space and get rid of these old TIs. I mean, there's one TI in there, Kristi, where you walk through two offices to get to the conference room, right? Mm-hmm. And so, it's dysfunctional, but somebody changed it and somebody added to it and somebody added to it. I mean, 1980, I mean, that's 40 years, And so here we are, we're now having that opportunity to come in, clean the slate, put these back to right, give people the opportunity to move in to product that is brand new for them. And I was able to talk with the agent again today, and she confirmed that downtown rents are now going 26 to 28 on existing space, 32 for new space, which is beautiful. Downtown is 4 miles away, is all the farther it is. And so we're really seeing where the market has already started to rebound. It's already started to pick up. Vacancies in the area have continued to drop. And we actually have 3 tenants circling right now. One is waiting to see what I'm going to do on the TI side. And I told Jen, the agent, I said, let's just go ahead and get in touch. Let's go ahead and get on the phone with her, and let's figure out what they want so that I can give them the space that they're wanting. Because they're like, I mean, I like the price, but I don't like the space. And so now we're talking about, let's make it like you want it. And then price really isn't the issue because you really like the location. So I'm really looking at that subset market really, really strongly and knowing that it has a huge ability to perform. Plus, I want to pull this up too, Kristi. I told you about this, that I got this flyer from Austin over there at Lee & Associates. I just got it today. And it was a heck of an advertising for our project because they are talking about, I'm going to share my screen here real quick. They are talking about this office building right here that they're offering at a 6.62 cap. Let's see, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So they're offering this office building at a 6.2 cap, 6.62 cap that is full. It's got 1,200 square foot space available in the 33,000 square feet that's there. It's over by Hewlett Packard's old site, which is now the state of Idaho, which also has space for lease in it. It's kind of interesting that way. But they are offering this building for $175 a foot. Kristi, we're paying $102 a foot for Airport Plaza, right?
Yeah.
So we are buying this thing and it is below replacement cost. I mean, I'm building a warehouse right now. We're building the Franklin warehouse right now, Kristi, at $104 a foot. So we're buying this building that needs $30 a foot worth of TI that is in a similar sub-market as this property right here. They're offering this at $5.8 million, and we're going to be right about $6.3 million for 44,000 square feet, fully renovated, versus what theirs is. So I just saw this and I just started to chuckle because this is what our building will be when it's finished, and the cap rate is even, I think, a little bit lower than what I had projected on our exit. So I'm really kind of happy with what we had talked about on, just in our underwriting as far as seeing what that is. So why don't you've been helping us with the renovations and what the plans are for that. Why don't you talk a little bit about what we've got planned for the building to make it, turn it in from what it is to what it's going to be?
Yeah, so I'm going to share my screen here and I'm going to show you just some of our, if you, will you give me the, allow me to, please, Shannon?
Ooh, my apologies.
That's okay.
There you go.
Perfect. Okay. So we're going to look here and see some of the options. We're going to refinish all of the doors with a nice wooden finish, wooden vinyl finish, so it ties in real nice. This is kind of the color palette that we're looking for. It's warming, it's inviting, it's neutral, but it's also very modern, and it goes with the entire concept. We're going to have some stone tile LVT. We've got some really nice carpet, textured carpet tile. Here's what the best thing, and I just love this staircase design that we're going to have. It's almost a free floating with some concrete, some wood, some steel. We're going to go in and update all of the light fixtures to real modern style light. We've actually seen these lights or a similar light to this in another building, and it's just eye-catching. We do a lot of education in this one building at a place we partner with Mountain West IRA, and every newcomer always comments on how cool the lights are and how much light they really bring in, but it's just a showcase. Down in the common area, if you will, right now it's kind of a kitchen area. We're planning on keeping the brick that's there and a little bit of wood, adding in just some, almost farmhouse style, but it still ties in real nice with everything. Just flows real good. It's real clean. Again, maybe some new lighting that's going to drop down. The patio area is going to be incredible. I don't know if I have a picture of that exterior of the building, but essentially okay, perfect. Thank you. But it's going to be able to free fall out to this beautiful patio area where people can go and sit and have lunch or, meetings. The space could really be utilized for anything. And the street that's facing that isn't a high traffic street by any means. The other thing I really like about that street is actually leads to a public park that people could go to and relax. Here in the common areas, just kind of some, soft seating that's still inviting, comfortable, easy to maintain. And again, all neutral colors. So I'm really excited about this design that we've got going. I think that's
well, and Kristi, the thing that's working really well. I mean, even the fact that we've just been talking about the WeWork type space that we've had some inquiries on. It's really sparked a lot of interest, and we've done some more looking, and Regis is a large space that kind of started doing the WeWork type space before WeWork started doing it, but they're completely full. They don't have any more vacancies. Trailhead is another one in town, and they're full. There's another one that's coming online that I talked with the agent who was responsible for getting them their lease, and they're opening their space up very, very close to full as well. So it validates what we're trying to do and how we're trying to do it, and kind of lets us see that the design that we're putting in is really kind of what people are wanting. And let's see if I can get this. Okay, there we go. So you can kind of, I don't know that Google Earth picture is going to show us what we want to show, but I'm going to show it anyway here. So you can see, my screen now? So
yes.
This is the patio area that we're talking about right here. This whole large area down here is all off of the ground floor. That's a big patio area that'll be redone, and we'll redo the landscaping and kind of make that nice and pick that up. So the reality is, if I zoom out, for those of you that haven't bothered to look, there's the Boise Airport. So here's the airport. Literally, here's our building. We are directly across the street, right off the interstate. light controlled right here. So we are in a great, great spot. And, you know, one of the other things too that I think we're going to see, you know, and one of the things that originally brought me to this building, Kristi, was the fact that we've outgrown our space. We've had
We have.
we've had too much fun doing what we're doing. We've got too many people packed into the space that we have here, and so we've literally we're going from about 1,800 square feet here with 2 people in every office to about 5,000 square feet in the Elder Street property, and that's, you know, that's really where this value is added, because if you look at it, the listing was listed at a 7 cap on existing rents. Well, they had 17,000 square feet of vacancy. We're going to take a little over 5,000 feet. We've got 4 leases looking at some of the spaces. We've got an engineering firm's already submitted an LOI, which is a letter of intent that they want 6,600 square feet in the basement. And so we're really coming along very, very nicely to fill the project. Even looking at increasing our vacancy very, very close to full by the time we even occupy. I talked with the owner again. He is set to close whenever we are. And so we've definitely got the right mix, I think, with our product here and where we're at in the marketplace. And so let's just talk about our a little bit more clearly on what our business plan is. So we're going to buy the building. We're going to remodel the building. There's some old spaces in there. We're going to wind up gutting those out. We're going to offer tenant improvement for people. We're going to move people into the space. We're going to move that all into long-term leases. But one of the other things that we're starting to explore, because this building was built in the 80s, it doesn't have LED lighting. It doesn't have energy efficient fixtures in it or coolers or anything like that. And I had a really great presentation with a young lady who wanted the opportunity, and so I've partnered with her that she is going to provide us with all the chase down all the initiatives for LED lighting, the energy audits that Idaho Power will do, that Intermountain Gas will do, all these things, and we're going to go through the numbers. She wants to really see if they pencil. And so if they pencil, i.e. if they make sense to implement them, then we will go down that road and we'll get those credits. Well, the beautiful thing about all those energy improvement credits is those are tax credits that we'll be able to claim next year. So that was something that we've just kind of come up with in the last, I think I met with Olivia I met with her on Monday. So I met with Olivia on Monday, and she's taking us through that. So now we're going to add more value by improving those things and being able to make sure that we're providing the most energy efficient product, because as we know, power is getting more and more expensive, and keeping control of our NOI is really what drives our strategy. So once we've got everything cleaned out, we've got the rents up, we've got them stabilized, then we'll continue to work on lowering our NOI, increasing our ability to be profitable in the space. We've got some serious cost overruns, in my opinion, in the property management, which having EMS, our property management company on site, will definitely lower that cost and put us back in the green on that. So by being able to execute on those few things, we should be able to get this thing up and running and be ready to have this thing ready to go back on the market in that 48-month window. So then we're stabilized. We got all fresh leases everywhere. Everybody's happy with what's going on. We've got some of the month-to-month stuff out of there, and we're able to execute on that. So that's kind of our business plan. And we're going to, work with the existing tenants, move those in and out that we can, and just kind of keep executing on that plan. So that's what I know. What have you got?
Shannon, I wanted to add just a couple other things. Can you pull up that Google Earth again?
You bet.
Thank you.
There you go.
Perfect. So I wanted to show you guys, if we zoom in to our area, the ample parking that we have. That's something that you don't find everywhere. I mean, it's a huge lot full of parking. Downtown, you don't have that. People are having to pay to park. They're parking garages. They're walking. It cuts down on their time. And, your vehicles are right there, safe and secure. The other thing that I really like is the proximity to the Interstate I-84. It really cuts down on people's travel time, especially in the morning in the busy time frame. They're not because it's so close to the interstate, it's 2 turns and you're there. And it's 10-minute drive to downtown. It's a straight shot from Vista to downtown. So you can really access this location quite easily from any area of Boise. Meridian, Nampa, they all take I-84 directly there. It'll be a lot quicker commute than having to go to the downtown area, any of that proximity.
So literally, this is downtown. This is all the farther you are from where you're at there, from the building to downtown. So you are definitely close. That's for sure. And I think that where we have that space, I think we'll be in a position to really take advantage of that submarket. So with that, Kristi, I don't know that I have much more on my end other than, that's how we're planning on doing it. We do have, I was able to work with the owner on some favorable financing. So we will go through, and in 24 months, 18 to 24 months, when we do have the product restabilized with all the new tenants in there, nice long leases, including the FAA that's staying, we will then at that point refinance the property, put some long-term debt on it, and get cash out. And our projections are that we'll get between 60 and 70% cash back out of the building at that point. So you'll have, the cost segregation up front. 18 to 24 months later, you'll get your cash out to about 70%. And then from there, we will be getting a really nice cash-on-cash mix until we exit the building in the 5-year window that we're shooting for there to be able to be onto our next project. At which point, unless Joey and the Washington Rats change things, we will probably still be looking at being able to do a 1031 out of this property when we're done, because likely we'll have somewhere else to go, or we can do a stop and drop with individual investors and move them on in that regard. So I don't have much more to add. Kristi, I want to thank everybody for coming on. Does anybody have any questions for us or thoughts on this? I know that Davin and Patty, you guys are probably hearing this again, having already heard this. Bill, I think you gave us a price on the cost seg on this deal, so you've probably already seen it. Ryan, I think you've probably seen it. So if you guys have questions, I'm going to click allow to talk on everybody so that you guys can ask questions if you'd like to. And we'll go from there if you guys have got some to fire away. Well, either they're all asleep or we did a good job.
I hit the wrong button and I kind of knocked out the. Anyway, this is Bill. How you doing?
Good, Bill. Good to talk with you. How are you?
Hi, Bill.
Beautiful building. Yeah, your plans look good, and the interior stuff really. So I hadn't seen any of that. I just saw the other stuff. Hey, on the energy thing, the guy you met with, that's through the local, state energy, right? Not the federal stuff.
So what she is she is college educated with no real world experience, but she's starting in on the energy audit stuff as far as what Idaho Power offers, what Intermountain Gas, our local companies offer, so that she can figure out what they will do for us on our energy audits up front, and then what they will provide for credits back, and for they will give us energy credits back on our power bill. Right. She's looking at stuff that's not tax related, but she's looking at energy efficiencies that then we can then turn around and monetize tax wise.
No, definitely the states and the Idaho Power, in Arizona, SRP, when you put in, you upgrade your HVACs and things like that and your lighting, you definitely get incentives because you use less electricity. So they give you big credits. They definitely give you credits, and those are great. There are some federal ones, but I'm not sure if it's worth it on that building for some energy, for lighting and stuff. It's a per square foot. It's a deduction. I was just curious if that included that, and that's a different level of audit. And that's the beautiful thing. So I have somebody that is looking at
coming at the situation of everybody talks about why does a building not get upgraded, right? And it's because of, well, Bill, because of how big of a pain in the ass it can be, right?
Yeah,
I mean, let's just
right.
be honest. And so I have this young college gal that's willing to jump out there and do these things and bring the solutions to me so that she can add that to her resume. And so I'm really looking at that going, that makes sense to me. I'm
Absolutely.
out nothing. So she's already started on that audit for us to get Idaho Power to move, to get Intermountain Gas to move, and really drill down in. There is some costs for the audits, but I'm willing to pay those costs, and then we can sit down and say, this is what it costs to change what they're talking about. Is it worth our dollars, short term and long term, so that we can then do that? And then all of the grants that go with that, she's going to then jump on the grants that go with that to help offset that. One of our other investors, I can't tell you her name, but she is a grant writer. So the pieces are kind of coming together there. I see where that synergy is, that we can then look at really getting some green grants that go with that so that there is some benefit to what they're doing there, so it allows them to come in and now maximize what we're doing and utilize not only our cash but other cash that may be available to us.
Yeah, no, it looks really good, and those are always really good to get. And so, yeah, that's a great thing you're having to do that. Plus, it's green, you get certified, and then people want green, and it's lease, and everybody in that part of the world is like, hey, we want to, be good citizens of the earth generally, but we don't want to pay too much for it, right? As long as we don't have to pay too much to be a good citizen, we will. But cost is important, but you can get efficiencies, and that brings it really makes the investment good. So.
Yeah, it's crazy, Bill, how often, even including on my side, how the ideas of saving the planet have to at least somehow be embedded some way in some sort of a cost matrix. We can't pay $2 million to upgrade this to save $50.
Yeah, no way. No, it's got to make financial sense, and that's You're absolutely right. And people want to be green, but they don't want to spend extra money. I mean,
correct.
Knock that out. Correct. Plenty.
Yeah. So, great question, Bill.
Yeah.
Anybody else got questions?
Hey, Shannon and Kristi, it's Patty. Just curious, timing on the new docs and funding. I was late to the call, sorry.
Nope, you're fine.
That's okay. So we're going to need your credit card up front to pay for you. You have to pay for the questions when you're late, Patty. No, I'm just kidding. New docs, Kristi, you're going to have those.
Hopefully tomorrow. I was working hard to get them. I got them halfway done today, but just got hit with a bunch of other things. But I'm really pushing to have them done tomorrow midday.
So
not a worry.
For those of you that are questioning what we did for new docs, is we changed from a 506B to a 506C. And the reason we did that is because we had quite a few investors that are fairly regulars with us that wanted in on it and weren't quite accredited. So we let them in and then closed that off, and now we're a 506C moving forward. So for those of you that missed that boat and wanted in on that, that's kind of why we put them out there first for the people that are on our list, and so that they can take advantage of that. And then we usually change those over to a 506C and go out to accredited investors and are able to advertise that. So. Great question, Patty. We'll get those out to you. And you're still good for $1 million, right, Patty?
Oh yeah, I'm tapping that Conti line of credit, I think. Yeah. You can put them in your shout out.
Yeah, I think I tapped that already. So you might want to double check and see if you still got any left.
Wait, I'm in that line as well. This is David. So
yeah. So anyway, for those of you that don't know, Robert Conti is the introducer of all introducers. He has brought a lot of great people to the call, like Patty and like Davin, and some of the other guys that were too lazy to get on tonight. But he's done a great job, and we've really enjoyed having him be one of our partners. In fact, I think he's in every deal. What do you guys call him? Do you call him $100,000 Rob? What do you call him?
Lots of things that we probably can't be recorded on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This is being recorded, so let's keep it clean. So anyway, Davin, did you have a question or?
No, I think Patty asked the question on the docs, so we'll just wait. No rush.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, we've got them from the legal team. We're just working on getting them into DocuSign right now. And
Oh yeah,
making
no
sure
worries.
Everything's
worries.
good.
And he's burning a hole in your pocket, right, Davin? All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming. If nobody's got any other questions, going once, going.
Yeah, I got a question actually.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Chris.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm brand new. Not sure if I jumped behind the wall here without previous information, but just looking for like really high level return projections,
Oh, sure.
or like an executive summary or anything like that.
Yeah. So I apologize. I thought you had seen that. So
I don't think I have, so my bad.
So our projections are, and Chris, we'll get this sent out to you as soon as we're off this call. But our cash on cash return is anticipated to be 8.5% on this deal. We're looking at about a 19.9% IRR at the end of the deal. We're looking to hold that between, like I said, between 5 and 7 years, depending on the need. And so in about 24 months, 18 to 24 months, once we've remodeled the property, completely stabilized it, put the new tenants in place, longer leases, then we'll look to get that refinanced and get about 70% of the investor's capital back out. We're looking at an equity multiple on this deal of about a 1.7 in and out. And that leaves us with a renovation budget of about $1.3 million after our purchase price of $4.68 million. That's kind of the quick rundown. We're looking to take the rents from an average of about $16.50 a foot up to between $22 and $24 a foot. We do have some opportunity there to do that with the remodel. Currently, rents in downtown Boise have been averaging for the last year, including all of 2020, at right at $24 a foot. So we're in that range for sure. Rents in the southeast, which is where this is at, are averaging right at $20. But like we discussed earlier, nobody is putting in tenant improvement dollars. So you're not getting anything new. You're not getting, you're getting whatever Billy and Bobby just moved out of, right? So, does that answer your questions, Chris?
Yeah, sure. And I'd love to see, any other documents that you have on hand. But yeah, appreciate it. Thanks.
We'll get that out to you yet tonight, as soon as we're off the call. All right. Well, guys, I want to thank you for that. We're going to send out some follow-up information for all of you. And we look forward to seeing you guys soon on this or the next deal. And then if you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to Kristi or I. You've obviously got our contact info. You'll get that in the email. Chris, I'll send you the executive summary tonight. Everybody else will get a follow-up email from Kristi and I tomorrow with any other information and contact information so that you can kind of get in touch with us. So thanks, guys, for spending part of your evening with us. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Thanks, guys.